input if we will give 21. See, check, adding this number will yield how much? How much is this? How much is this?
13.
13. 13 is less than 21. Then also subset is not possible. On the other hand, if the first element itself is 22, I've taken numbers like this to form a subset, and if I give D as 21, then also S of 0 is greater than D. In this case also subset is not possible. So these conditions we should take it while giving the input. If we miss also by mistake, if we give something like this, it should say that subset is not possible. That is the reason we are taking care of this condition in the first statement over here. Here we are forming the sum, we are finding the sum here, we are finding the sum. Then we will just find, after finding the sum, we'll check it whether it is less than or greater than D. If it is less than D, if sum is less than D, then also subset is not possible. If the first element is greater than D, then also subset is not possible. In that case, we have to just terminate the program, isn't it? And we should run it again with proper input, like this part. Okay. After that, what next? If at all, if it is possible to form a subset, then we are just sending this 0, 0, sum x, s and d. So the sum of the elements which is stored in sum, and we have x. What is x? We'll just check. What are the things we are passing? It's an array. Okay, that holds the, let's see what it holds. When we will trace the program, we'll come to know. And we have 0, 0, sum and x, s and d being passed. Once this statement is executed, control comes where? It comes here, right? Yes. Control comes here. And we have to trace the program now. So it says that, so what does value m has? I'll just show you and you will have to trace and show me the program today. Let me see how well you have learnt tracing the program. Okay, now what do? We have this x of k equal to 1. Let's see what is, see, according to this, m value is 0, k value is 0, sum is array and d integer. This check that yesterday for me. Okay, I'll just sit and you will trace and tell me what is happening. Okay, now, so when the function subset is called, we have called the subset function and we have sent 0, 0, sum x, s and d. This is the function call. And here in the function subset, we have assigned it to m and we have k, r, int, array, and we have this. This is to get the array holds the subset. And yes, all the elements of the subset. And we also have d, isn't it? Int d. We have this int d also being passed. So what is the value of m? M is assigned with the value 0 and k value is 0. See here, m value, k value, r holds the sum which is 22 and x, it's an array of solution. Right now k is equal to 1, which means that x of k value is 0, that is 1. First object we are selecting, that's what this says. And then we have this S array where we have all the elements sent, and D where the value 9 is sent. So here we have the numbers 1 to, what is the input we are giving, trying to give 1 to 5, 6, 8. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 8 is here. 9 is assigned to this. Okay, now. So when we start tracing the program, if the next statement says if m plus the first object whatever we have selected, if it is equal to D, then what do 0 yes of 0, the first element, that is 1 here, 1. If it is, then it should print the solution. But here it is not equal to D. Okay, because it's possible that the first element itself would be 9, then that is one possible subset. We can print it. That's the reason why we have taken care of this m plus s of k equal to D. Okay, we'll check with each and every element to generate the possible subsets. If the first element itself can give the one subset, then let's print that also. But in this case, it is not happening. That's it. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 9. No. So it comes out of the if loop. Check here the program. See here, if m plus s of k equal to D, then it gets into this if loop. Otherwise, see here, it gets into this loop. Otherwise, what it does, it will come to the else part here, this part, and check with these elements. Check with this if statement. That is, it includes the second element also and checks. Okay, include the second element. See here, first we have m plus s of k means first element, s of k plus 1 means second element. So 0 plus 1 plus 2. Is it less than or equal to 9? That it checks. Yes. So if we are not able to execute right now, so we came to the else part. There we have one more if, where we are just adding 3 elements and checking whether is less than or equal to 9. Yes, 3 is less than or equal to 9. In that case, this function is called again recursion. It is recursion, isn't it? So recursive function will be difficult to trace. Okay, easy to write. We can easily write the recursive function, but 51 now. Why is that people will join so late? I don't understand. Students. So what happens is, this once it finds that adding to first 2 elements is less than 9, then it calls this function again. This is recursion. It's easy to write the program, but to trace it, it is a bit difficult. So again the function is called, subset function is called. Now what are the things which are passed? Let's check in the program. Easy to solve the problem manually, isn't it? It's so easy to solve it manually. But see here, to trace it through recursion or to write a program, it's such a logic, like this is the logic which is followed. So what are the things which are passing here? What we are passing here, m plus s of k, then k plus 1, r minus s of k, and this. That is, we are selecting the first element and then we are passing the second element as well here. Let's check what happens now with subset. The subset function is called again. And what is the value now? We are passing for the first one in m, we will have m plus s of k. M plus s of k. That means we will have 0 plus 1 in m. Then what is the next variable we have? K plus 1. K plus 1 is given to k. So k is 2 now. According to this, k is 2. Then we have r minus s of k. As we have, r is nothing but the sum, isn't it? R is sum here, 22. First element we have chosen to include it in the subset. So we will just r minus s of k, the first element, r minus s of k. So this becomes 22 minus D. So these are the parameters which are passed when the function is called. Now with these new values of m, see here r equal to 20 and x, first we have selected the first one. So we have selected the first number. So in solution we'll have that if the first element being selected. Okay, that we have. Then we are passing the subset and also D. So these are the parameters for the second function call. Okay, for the second function call we have this. If you will, with these values, if you will try to trace, you'll come to know what is happening, right? Okay. Now with these new values, we'll try to trace the function. Yes, here x of k equal to 1. So what is the k value we have got here? Number now and we'll try to check whether it is less than or equal to d. See here, m is already 1, isn't it? See, m is already 1 because we have already included the first element. M is already 1 plus the second value. S of k means S of 2. So what is the second number? We have these numbers as input: 1, 2, 5, 6 and 8, isn't it? So second number m plus yes, what if m plus S of k now is it equal to d? Let's see, then the solution can stop here. If first two elements will give the solution, we can stop here. So we will check this. Here again 1 plus 2, it is not equal to d. So if condition we are not found the solution till, so we will not execute whatever is there inside if. Again we'll go to this else part and check again if m plus S of k plus S of k plus 1, the first two elements, that is we have the first element m, what is there in m? 1 plus S of k is what? The second element plus now we are checking with one more 5. Okay, if it is, now what we are trying to do is we are trying to select the element one by one and check whether it is equal to d. If it is equal to d, then we can say that these are the elements which form the subset. Otherwise, we cannot. So now what? The next element we have selected. Let's check whether it is less than or equal to d. Yes, 8 it is. 8 is less than or equal to 9. So again I should call the function subset. Again I call the function subset and pass the required variables m plus S of k. So m is what? M is what here? Earlier we have got it as 1. 1 plus 2. M is 1 plus 2 here in this case. That is 3. Then we have k plus 1. K was 2. Now it becomes 3. We are trying to include the third element now. R minus S of k. That is R was how much? 20. 20 minus the second element value. We are passing and then we are passing this x, s and d as usual. That is, we have solution says that we have selected first two elements. Now we are trying with the third element. So your new m value for the next function call. See, this is how it happens. Okay, I told that I'll tell you to. So this is m value, this is k value, this is r value. and this is a solution matrix. For this again we will try. Okay. So third element, once you look into this only, we can say that third element we cannot include for the solution. But how it will be taken care, we just see. So now we will try to say that we are taking the third element, x of 3, 1. That is, I am trying to select this element. These two are already selected. I am trying with these. These two are already done. We have selected these two. X of 1 is 1 and x of 2 is also 1. We have selected this statement, these two numbers to form a subset. Now we are checking with the third number. We'll try. We'll make it 1 and we'll try. Now, if m plus 3 plus s of 3. Yes, it is it equal to d? See here, we have already 3 in the sum plus the next s of k is nothing but the third element, 5. 5 plus 3, 8. 8, is it equal to 9? No. This is the if statement, whatever we have inside this first if statement. So this is wrong. Then it's not equal. So the if is not executed. Again the function is called, isn't it? Again the function will be called with another set of parameters. I will send else if, we will check now, m plus s of k, that is m, what's the value of m here? 3 plus k value is 3, s of k 3. Oh, I just missed some. Okay, we have considered s of k is 5 plus the next element I am taking. Next element is 6. See, now the other one more subset function is there. That, see, now what we should do is we should exclude this number, isn't it? Now we don't want this to be a part of the subset, isn't it? Because it is, we should not select this because it is 8 and next number, to take care of this only, we just trace it, we will come to know what's happening. We are selecting the next number and checking whether it is equal, less than or equal to d. See here. So now 8 plus 16, sorry, 8 plus 6 is 14, which is not less than or equal to d. 14 is greater than d, isn't it? So I cannot call this subset function again, this subset function. I should exclude the third element and try with the next one. So for that I have one more if statement. Check here in this. See? S of the sum as 14 now, which is not less than or equal to 9. It's greater than d value, isn't it? So this subset function cannot be executed now. So we have to exclude one element and consider the next one and check whether we can get the solution. So for that we have this if statement again. Now the third one we should not consider, isn't it? This 5 we should not consider. If we will check here, we don't want this 5 now. We should exclude this 5 and try with the next element. So for that we have this if statement. One more if. Subset function is not called. We have, so this subset function is not called because it's not less than d. We have one more if statement where we will just, we have already included that this 5 in the sum, isn't it? We have to remove this now. We have to remove this and we should add the next number. So for that I have this s of k. if it is greater than or equal to D, and M plus S of K plus 1. What I am doing here is, I am just checking whether removing this number and adding the next, we are giving that a third element. And the removing sum should not be greater than or equal to D, and adding the next element, the sum should be less than or equal to D. So we are just checking that. So here M, what's M value? It is 8, isn't it? We have already added this value. M plus, so first M value is 3. Yes. M values, I'll just write down this. For this, let me write down here 3 plus 20 minus S of, what is the K value here? 3. S of 3. If it is greater than or equal to D, and 3 plus adding the next number. If it is less than or equal to D, then I can take this number. So let me check this. 3 plus 20 minus 5, 15. Yes, 18. It is greater than D. Should be greater than D. And 3 plus S of 4 is how much? 6, isn't it? It's less than or equal to D. Yes, it is equal to D. We have taken care of both the conditions, less than or equal to. So this condition is fine. So what does that mean? Removing this third number and adding the fourth number can give you a solution. So what we do is, so this if statement is fine. Now x of k is equal to 0. Inside that statement we have this here. In that case, we will just make s of k equal to 0. That is, we are excluding the third element. 5 we have excluded. We have excluded 5. The numbers whatever we have, 1, 2, 5, 6, 8. We had taken all these. Now we are excluding this. Hence I am making x of k equal to 0. K value is 3 here, isn't it? K value is 3. If you will check whatever parameters we passed, k is 3. That is the third value I am excluding. I am not including that to form a subset. Now I'll send the fourth number here. M, k plus 1. K is 3, though it becomes 4. And then I'll send. I should remove that third value from this already whatever sum we have. So I am removing that third value and passing the solution vector. Now, if you will, now what happens? The subset function is called again. Okay. Now M value. What is M value? 3. K is 3. R was, how much was R? 18 minus S of 3 is 5. And then we have solution vector being sent. So if we will check this, it now comes here and try to find a solution. Let's trace it. So we have these values. So we have now x of k equal to, so k plus 1, earlier it was 3, now it is 3 plus 1, 4 actually, isn't it? Earlier it was 3 when we passed, so now it is 4. So we are selecting the fourth element now, x of k equal to 1. Then if m, that is 3 plus s of k, what is s of k? See here, 6, 3 plus 6. It is equal to d. Is it equal to d? 9? It's equal to 9. We are getting the first solution. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just print that now. See how it's happening? Every time it's just including the values and finding out whether including that will yield a solution or not. If it is yielding, we'll continue with that. Otherwise, we'll just remove that element, try with the next one. Okay. So as it is equal to D, so we can print the solution. Now what happens? The first solution, we have got the first solution. There may be multiple solutions for this, isn't it? So C becomes 1 now, the first solution we have got. Now, if C equal to 0, then subset is not possible. See here, we have this. See, if C equal to 0, subset is not possible. Now we have got one solution. Hence, we have incremented C to 1. Now, solution will be printed. See here, whichever is 1, those elements will be printed here. What are the x of I, if you will check here? X of I, the first element is selected. 1 is 1, x of 2 is also 1, and x of 4 is 1, which means that these are the elements which are selected to form a subset. That we will print it, that's it. Here we are printing that. See. Okay, x of 1 equal to 1, then you have to print that value 1 and then close the bracket. Again come here. Okay, this loop. Again it goes here. X of 2 equal to 1, then print that. Again here it is printing with spaces. Then it closes this bracket and comes out. That's it. So x of 3 is not equal to 1 because it is not a part of the solution. Hence, it will not print that. Again it goes. X is 4, isn't it? K value is 4. So x of 4, is it equal to 1? Yes, according to this, x of 4 is equal to 1. X of 3 is 0. See here. X of 3 is 0. So we are varying I from 1 to less than or equal to k. This is the k value whatever we got. Okay. So when we will vary from 1 to k, we can print the solution. So solution is printed and we close the bracket and the program ends there. This is the input given and the sum is multiple solutions, isn't it? So again, check for it comes out. Again here it checks. Again the process is repeated here. See? It prints the solution again. After this, if it comes here and again the process is continued and prints the possible subset, all possible subsets, but while